on our way to Cozumel, Mexico on day 6 of our 7-day Western Caribbean cruise with Royal Caribbean on the beautiful OASIS of the seas. This ship is absolutely incredible. In fact, it's so big, it's hard to even fathom that you're on a ship. You don't have hardly any sensation of motion. This ship is 1,186 feet long. It is 17 stories tall. Although there's not a 13th deck, apparently there's this maritime folklore where if you have a 13th deck on a ship, it's bad luck. So they just literally skip from 12 to 14. The ship is 216 feet wide at its widest point. It drafts 30 feet in the water. It's capable of close to 30 miles an hour. There's tons of stuff to do. Great stuff for kids. We've seen more kids on this cruise than we have in previous trips. I'll take you through the ship and show you this amazing place. I'm starting up here on the 16th floor. And this is the solarium. This is an adults only area in the front of the ship. It has a restaurant and a bar, some beautiful hot tubs. It's really wonderful in here at night. It's very quiet. It's a great place to come and hang out. Sorry, no kids in here. Coming out of the solarium, it's basically just this walking path that goes all the way around the ship. There's 2 main elevator towers, one towards the front, one towards the back. And the back has private cabins up on the 17th floor. And then the Windjammer Marketplace is on the 16th floor in that back tower there. And I'm standing here next to the top of these hot tubs that actually hang out over the edge of the ship. Those are on deck 15. Pools are on deck 15, but it's a nicer view of the pools from up here. Great places to sit and hang out. Usually live music happens underneath that awning in the afternoon. So this is the Windjammer Marketplace. This is where you can eat breakfast and lunch. It's kind of a buffet style. Lots of fresh fruit, smoked fish, salmon, bagels, milk. And towards the back of the Windjammer Cafe, there's a great view over the sport zone. Basketball courts, flow riders, putt golf, and of course, looking through the back of the ship. Leaving the Windjammer Marketplace on deck 16, let's go down to deck 15. Deck 15 is primarily the pool deck. We have kids pools towards the middle of the ship, adult pools towards the front, and then obviously the solarium all the way in the front. Let's go to the back of the ship. Here's the Paddy Dive Center where you can sign up for diving courses and also rent or buy snorkel equipment. Let's check out the sport zone. The sports zone is packed full of fun, lots of stuff to do here. It's just a great place to come and hang out. 9-hole putt golf course. Leaving the putt-putt area, we have 2 pods that are full of ping pong tables. Just behind the ping pong tables is a area to hang out for teens, 12 to 17 only. Also this lounge right here is for teens. But they sometimes do exercise classes in there, which looks like what's going on right now. Just behind the exercise area there is a view of the back of the ship. This is overlooking the boardwalk. There's a carousel down there, a little hot dog place, Johnny Rockets, some ice cream shop, a bar, and then obviously the aqua theater where the aqua shows are absolutely incredible at night with divers diving into that large pool that actually transforms from a pool into a stage. Also up here on deck 15, just outside the starboard side of the ship, another ping pong area and also this little Wipeout Cafe, which is a nice place to come and eat. And also they have ice cream in here in the afternoon. Walking on the starboard side here next to the basketball court and overlooking the boardwalk. Let's walk up towards the back of the ship to see the flow riders. Oh yeah, we got flow riders. Also, can't forget the zip line. They're very, very conscious of safety. Standing at the very, very back of the ship, we got the Wipeout bar, and we've got 2 flow rider surf simulators. One on the starboard side is for boogie boarding, and the one on the port side is for surfing. So we came down a floor. We're towards the back of the ship, looking forward. So the starboard is on the right, port is on the left. And I'm in the elevator tower towards the back of the ship. I can see down to deck 8, and that is where Central Park is. We'll get to that in a little bit. But I want to show you on 14. Most of 14 is staterooms. But if you come over to the port side and go all the way down the hall to the end, there's something called the sky deck. Because I say sky deck, I meant sun deck. Welcome to the sun deck, let's check it out. It's up here, you can get a sense for just how wide this ship is. Remember, just above us on deck 15 and 16 is the solarium, and this is just down in front of it. You have to access it from this one door on the port side on deck 14. They have these little lookout towers. We'll actually be just above the bridge now. So now I'm on the front tower of the ship, facing backwards on deck 14, and I'm looking down to deck 8 over Central Park. But we were just at the sun deck, and if we came in from the port side, we're now in the front of the ship. This is where Adventure Ocean is. Now, although we've enjoyed being on this cruise without our kids and having just mommy and daddy time, we couldn't help but look at this place and think that our kids would find it very, very entertaining. Adventure Ocean is divided up into different ages. Science classes, and there's great instructors in here. Here's 9 to 11 Voyagers, kids games. We have these helpful monitors on each deck to let you know where you are. So I'm in the forward elevator tower, and I came down to deck 8 because honestly, between decks 9 and 12, it's primarily staterooms. What I want to do is take you into Central Park. Apparently there's 14,000 living plants in here, and most of the premium restaurants are in Central Park as well. The pay extra restaurants are here in Central Park, but there is this park cafe. They have really light sandwiches, and you can eat breakfast here. Just towards the back of Central Park is the Rising Tide Bar. This bar goes up and down, and we'll go down to the promenade deck below. This is Dazzle's nightclub, and there's live music and live band karaoke and variety of different events in here in the evening, kind of overlooking the back of the ship. Deck 7 is primarily staterooms. I'm in the back of the ship looking forward. On deck 6, there's the schooner bar, photo area, and you can overlook the promenade deck down on deck 5. And there is the Rising Tide bar that we were just in on deck 8. That goes from 8 down to 5. Back here in the boardwalk on deck 6, standing here by Johnny Rockets, you've got Sabor, additional charge, sort of a Mexican diner, arcade, hot dog stand, ice cream sundaes, and some shopping back here. Coming all the way to the back on deck 6, it's obviously the Aqua Theater. The Oasis of Dreams Aqua Dive Show is back here, which is incredible. They also have outdoor movies, and I know the belly flop competition is this afternoon. Looking forward to that. This is also how you access the rock climbing walls. There's 2 rock climbing walls in the back of the ship. Port, one on the starboard side. and you access those from the 6th floor. There's a view looking forward on deck 6. So just down from deck 6, one floor on deck 5, all around the whole outside of the ship is the running and walking track. This is a great place to come and burn off some of the calories that you put on while you're eating like kings and queens. 2.4 laps is 1 mile. Just inside in the back tower of the ship on deck 5 is the entrance to the upper main dining room. The main dining room is basically on decks 3, 4, and 5 towards the back of the ship. And just before or in front of the main dining room is the Royal Promenade. So in the Royal Promenade, moving from the back towards the front, I'm standing just underneath that rising tide bar. And looking across is the Cafe Promenade. This is a place that's open 24 hours for snack, coffee, tea, little sandwiches, and that food is included in your cruise fare. Also on the promenade deck, you've got Sorrento's Pizza. My wife is gluten-free and celiac disease, and they have a dedicated gluten-free oven, and even made her a gluten-free pizza, which was amazing. So leaving the Royal Promenade on the front of the ship on deck 5 is the entrance to the Opal Theater. There's an entrance on deck 5 and deck 4. And I forgot to mention up on deck 6 towards the front of the ship is the Vitality at Sea Spa. There's an entrance off the front of the running track for the spa. We haven't really spent much time in there. There's an extra charge for spa services, but there's a whole lot to do in there if you're into that sort of thing. So now I'm down on deck 4, front of the ship. There's the additional entrance to the Opal Theater in the front, where a lot of the main shows are, headliner show and so on. Facing back, deck 4 is kind of the theater entertainment deck. So you've got the Opal Theater towards the front. Moving towards the back, you've got the Blaze nightclub, Jazz on 4, the Comedy Club, which we were unable to get into. It was simply too booked up. Got to plan ahead if you're going to go see a comedy show. Book your times early online. And then Studio B. In fact, today in Studio B, you can sign up for ice skating. They transformed this theater into a Frozen in Time theater, which is an ice skating show that's just really beautiful to watch. A lot of talent on board the ship. I just came out of Casino Royale towards the back of the ship on deck 4, and here's the Grand Restaurant, which is essentially deck 4's version of the main dining room. Also towards the back of the ship on the port side is Izumi Hibachi and Sushi. Fun restaurant with a premium charge. And moving down to deck 3, again towards the back of the ship, the American Icon Grill, which is deck 3's version of the main dining room. And then that door is basically the gangway, so when we get off the ship at port, that door opens and there's an escalator that goes down to the little gangways that allow you to get off the ship.
Welcome to Hades!
So I'm back up here on deck 15. I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the Oasis in the Seas. I'm gonna go back up to deck 16, sit with my wife and enjoy reading before maybe taking in lunch at Johnny Rockets and the belly flop competition at 1:30. We'll see you around.